Lamborghini is always a tight race, and it's kind of new to Sri Lanka as well. So what do you think about that?
Yeah, because last year I brought the Lamborghini, but unfortunately on the qualifying day the suspension broke, so we made it a little bit hard this time, and it was good. So yeah, it was not much competition honestly, but I didn't want to back off and go slow because there's no thrill for people. So I thought at least I'll go a little bit fast and lap few guys. So it's a thrill for all the people to see how fast Lamborghinis are.
All right, thank you, Dilanta, and all the best for your future. All right.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, more coming up. Stay tuned on CSN. The Colombo night races continue.
Well, thank you, and that was brilliant and wonderful comments by Dilanta. He said he in fact got the lead, but then again he didn't want to wait for the others. He wanted to give some thrill for the spectators, so he went all out. That was interesting, and he was quite happy and glad to carry the flag. Whenever he wins a race abroad, he carries the Sri Lankan flag, and he was quite glad to do that in front of the home fans. Well, last year also apparently he had his Lamborghini, but then again there was a suspension problem, so he couldn't race using his Lamborghini. So he said this year he has made the suspension a little bit harder. Well, there you go. That's the start list for Toyota Etios race. This is the second race. Abhinay Bikani, Akhil Rabindra, Keith D'Souza, Misham et al., Binoy John, Yayati Varma, Mizan Anis, Amay Rani, Ravi Mayadunni, and Dinesh Senanayake. Kids versus men, I would say. Well, joining me here in the commentary box is Venushka, Mahin, and Hishan.
Well, thank you, Clifford. Like Clifford said, this is quite a special event, and I think Mahin has a little bit of thoughts to share on the car. Yes?
Well, it's obvious it's a one-make series. Toyota Etios, very popular in India, and I think we saw them. Some of you who would have been watching Star Sports would have seen the series being shown live, courtesy Dialogue or Pure TV that you would have had. Star Sports was showing all this the full series live in Sri Lanka, all the Indian races. But well, tonight, or at least this morning, courtesy CSN, Etios being shown in Sri Lanka for the first time at the Colombo Night Races 2012. You can see the grid positions. We can't see all 10 cars because some of them are past the camera. Going through the lineup, let's see who's done well with some of the timings. Position number 1 is Akhil Rabindra. I hope I get the pronunciation right. Abhinay Bikani. Akhil Rabindra has put in a lap at 2.097991. Well, that's a very fast lap that he's put in. Mind you, this is a saloon car, but racing slick tires being allowed. I think they are, all those cars are having the MRF, the Indian tire, the full slick. What do you call? Our people call it. What do you call it? Ball tires. Yes, so that's what a racing slick is. Different temperatures will give you different grip. These cars, in fact, have brought in all even wet weather tires. They were ready even for wet weather racing. If the rains were there, they would change into wet weather racing tires. So, very well prepared. All credit to the Indians who have brought these cars along. And of course, you've got two Sri Lankans who are also driving, Dinesh Senanayake and the brigadier himself, Ravi Mayadunne.
Well, in fact, initially these cars were specially made for the Indian market, and from there to the South African and the Brazilian market. So far, they have sold about 30,000 units, and the sedan was first introduced to the market on 2010. And Etios, the word comes from the Greek meaning. Myself and Venushka, we were talking about it. That is ethos, which means spirit, character, and ideas. And also, this is 1.5 liter engine, 5-speed manual transmission, and this car can do a top speed of 175 kilometers an hour, and it can go from 0 to 100 in 11.6 seconds.
Yes, so the potent little saloons. 4-door. It's a family car, but of course these cars are modified. The suspension has been reduced. At least the travel has been reduced. The car has been lowered, lower center of gravity, negative camber in front. I think the race is on. It's an 8-lap event. Let's see what happens.
මේ ආරම්භ වන්නේ ජනවාරි 2012 මොටර් රථ දාන තරගයේ තව සුශීෂී තරගයක්
මෙවැනි තරගයකට විශේෂයෙන්ම හඳුන්වා දීමේ තරගයක් ලෙසයි පවත්වන්නේ මේ Toyota Etios වර්ගයේ මෝටර රථ ධාවනය විශේෂයෙන්ම ඉන්දියාවේ ඉතාමත් ජනප්‍රිය මෝටර රථයක් ලෙස හඳුන්වන්න පුළුවන්. ඒකම අපිට හඳුන්වා දීම පුළුවන් ශ්‍රී ලංකාව වෙනුවෙන් රවි මායාදුන්න සහ දිනේෂ් සේනානායක මේ තරගය සඳහා සහභාගී වෙනවා. ක්ලිෆර්ඩ් කිව් ආකාරයට මෙහි වේගය පිළිබඳ කතා කරද්දී ඉහළ වේගයක් ලබා ගන්නට පුළුවන්කම තිබෙනවා. පැයට කිලෝමීටර් 175ක උතුරිම වේගයක්, ඒ වගේම ධාවනය සමගින්ම පැයට කිලෝමීටර් 100ක වේගයක් තත්පර 11.65ක කාලයකදී ලබා ගන්නට පුළුවන්. මෙය විශේෂයෙන්ම ඉන්දියාවේ ජනප්‍රිය මෝටර රථයක් ලෙස හඳුන්වන්න පුළුවන් මේ Toyota Etios වර්ගයේ මෝටර රථ ධාවන තරගය තවත් සුවිශේෂී අංගයක් ලෙස ජේනාල් 2012 තරඟාවලිය සඳහා සහභාගී වෙනවා. විශේෂයෙන්ම මේ තරඟ වටය තරඟ වට 8කින් සමන්විත වෙනවා. කොළඹ ඒකාලෝක කරමින් පවතුන දෙවන වරටත් පවතුන ලබන කොළඹ නයිට් රේසර්ස් 2012 තරඟ වටේ තවත් සුවිශේෂී තරඟයක් මෙසේ ආරම්භ වෙනවා. Toyota Etios. Clifford?
Well, thanks, Ishan. Well, that's about the car. Well, I would like to put a small request forward to our production team. If possible, please do show us the interior of the car as well, because these cars are going to be dominating the roads in near future.
I think so. I don't know whether they start marketing it here in Sri Lanka later on. I mean, I'm sure it's going to sell pretty well. At least it looks a nice car, but nice. In fact, it's a family setting. Just remove your seats, lower the suspension, get some negative camber suspension in front, and it's ready for racing. So you use it for the family during the weekend, race it during the weekend.
I wonder how they're going to market it. Whether it's a racing car or a family car.
It's a family car.
Well, there you go. But still, it has got the sporty look. And if this car can do 175 kilometers an hour, then it's fine. The race leader, there was the race leader, number 61, that is Akhil Ravindra, who was the winner of the previous race. And well, he's got some competition.
Yes, but again, it's a one-make series. Unless he makes a mistake. And he's on pole position, so he's driving well. Unless he makes a mistake, it won't be easy for the second guy to get in front. But in the meantime, I think we have Ravi Mayadunne, who's lying 10th, and then Dinesh Elnayaka was 6th. So I don't know where they are at the moment, because we just cannot distinguish these cars. They all look the same, either they are red and white or white and red.
That's one maker.
A few modifications, I think they're allowing for a few modifications, like your silencer, you can take the barrel off and put a space loop, which I will PHP maybe by about a 3 or 4 or maybe 5, and nothing more than that. Suspension matters a lot. They've got very stiff suspension, which helps to improve the handling of the car. And the negative camber in front, you see the front wheels that are like an angle that is not straight, which is a negative suspension bottom arm, which helps to corner much faster than normal suspension. In fact, generally all race cars use negative camber suspension in front.
Okay, I got a question. Are you a racer or an engineer?
I'm no engineer, I'm a planter. I do a bit of racing, but I'm a tea planter by profession.
Well, as you speak, Mahan, I think has anything gone wrong, because the cars are slowing down a bit? Are they? No, they're not.
You got used to watching Dylan the Malago and the rest of those Porsches, and these cars look very, very slow when once you watch those Porsches and Lamborghinis.
Well, then pardon me.
Okay, those cars are doing about maybe 110, 120 at the moment that you see on screen, but they look slow on screen. They are not traveling, so they are traveling pretty fast.
Well, Akhil Ravindra is building a healthy lead there, and well, I'm sure for another 5 more laps he can maintain that lead. And like you said, there's nothing exciting happening here unless otherwise the driver who is in front makes a mistake. The driver at the back, he has no chance of overtaking. Well, maybe because of what can you say? Similar modifications?
have equal modification. Nothing allowed. All 10 cars are absolutely same. Nothing is different from one to the other.
So the only difference that can make
Is the driver. Nothing. All 10 are the same. Prepared by Toyota India. Oh, someone hit the sandbag and yes, he's stopper. That was little dangerous, but everything is okay. I'm sure the masters will handle that. He hit the sandbag and he just flipped it over. Oh, that's Dinesh Seranayake.
That was Dinesh Seranayake.
Yes.
That was a real hard hit.
Yes, a very hard hit. He just flipped it over.
Let's see whether he can take a replay of that.
I want Seranayake. We were just trying to locate him among that batch. Yes, and he has identified himself clearly. Very clearly, no doubt.
Guys, don't worry, I'm here. Well, there you go. Very unfortunate for him.
Yes,
Very
I think that, you can see the left the wheel touched the sandbag at that speed. Car just flipped over. I'm sure the slow motion visuals will show that. I saw it at a glance. The left wheel just touched the sandbag. And what happens? The momentum takes completely different angles, and you can just. That's why I say motor racing is dangerous. Stay away from the track. And no problems for Dinesh.
That was a close one.
Yeah. Someone taking the proper 18 line and someone taking inner line. These cars have all very good roll bars, so that he's okay. All strapped in.
Lucky escape.
You saw him. You saw him just walk away. I think Dinesh was doing well. Obviously, I don't know whether they were lying maybe fourth or fifth when that happened.
Probably, I guess. And I think the car in front also probably had a small touch, because you can see a loose buffer as well.
Yes, some of them I think have been kissing each other, you know. That happens in one next series.
I like the way you put it, kissing each other.
I think.
Well, can I put it the other way in that case? If you say one next series are kissing each other, it's more or less like romantic encounters.
Not the same kind.
Something to laugh about. Yes, good morning, and ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us from home, you're watching the Colombo Night Race 2012 live and exclusively on Carlson Sports Network, the only Sri Lanka's trusted sports channel. In fact, the premier sports channel.
Some of you guys, I'm sure, must be having a nightcap, a hot drink, or maybe a Horlicks or what.
But if you're a real sports fan, I don't think you'll be able to go to bed at all, because as soon after this, they start the Australia versus Sri Lanka cricket match. So definitely you had to stay up.
Well, that's Akil again. He's driving a good race. These are all youngsters who have been trained from the age of maybe 13, 14. We saw Ibrahim Akbar around. I think he was also interviewed earlier on in the evening. So he's been trained in his ride, how to handle and drive his car.
Well, we were talking to Akil Ravindra earlier. In fact, Baruto was talking to Akil Ravindra, and he was talking about NRA, National Racing Association, back England, and training these guys. So there's something unique, but I don't know, anything like that happens in Sri Lanka?
Well, we don't have proper, no training happens here unless, once in a while we find a couple of foreigners who come here. In fact, Ibrahim Akbar did some training at Pandala with the youngsters.
Well, except for the night race, why are we, for the rest of the race, if you look at the motorsport in Sri Lanka, why are we on rivers here?
Well, I would say the funds. And competitors need a lot of money to take part. I mean, they need to pay sponsors. Motor racing is a lovely sport, but it's an expensive sport. it is expensive. You want to run it at at high levels, and unless like an amateur, you want to just race your family car during the weekend or hill climb, okay, it won't cost you anything. But if you're looking at running say the championship series for the year, you need a couple of 100,000 rupees.
Well, but in that manner, okay, fine, that's acceptable, it's understandable. But in terms of standards, Sri Lanka was well ahead of India in the early stages. But now we are way behind India.
Yes.
Any particular reason for that?
I think the funds and the infrastructure and I think
I agree with you. I was
the
waiting for that word, infrastructure,
Yes.
because the people who are involved in this sport, they should bring this. Because when I spoke to Dilantha Malagamu, what he said, because whatever he says, we have to accept it to a certain extent, because he's a champion racer, so he knows racing inside out. He knows, he's been through different good infrastructures. What he said, there are people here, those who are not helping to develop this sport. Is it true?
You ask somebody, okay, look at India. Indian, look at India. When they advertise a product, they are advertising it to about 800, 900,000. 900 million people. And what's the population here? What advertising here? Companies need to think twice, thrice before whether they're going to get a return on it. But in India, the market is so vast. So,
well, I will disagree with you being a marketer, because if you can market any product in Sri Lanka, if you properly pitch it, because the people behind this, I don't see they are properly promoting this sport, because they should have the proper infrastructure, and you can't get advertisements or any sponsorship just over a fact nowadays. You have to go and propose your product. Well, leaving that to a side, well, it's the 6th lap and 2 more laps to go, and currently the race leader doesn't have much competition, even though he said, well, I don't know, the rest of the guys are actually falling behind.
හයවන වටය එවන විට අකිල රවින්ද ඉතාමත් ඉදිරියෙන් ගමන් කරනවා. ඒකම දෙවන ස්ථානයට පසුවන්නේ කීත් දිසෝසා. ඒ වගේ මිෂාන් ඉටෝල් තුන්වන ස්ථානයේ තරග වදිනවා. පැහැදිලි මාවතක් සකසා ගත්තා අකිල රවින්ද තමන්ගේ ප්‍රථම තරගයේ ජයග්‍රහණයත් සමගින්ම මේ තීරණාත්මක තවත් වට දෙකකටයි අවතීර්ණ වන තිබෙන්නේ Toyota Itios. මේ තරග වටේ නැත්නම් කොළඹ නයිට් රේස් 2012 හඳුන්වා දීමේ ඉසව්වක් ලෙස මෙම මෝටර ධාවන ඉසව්ව හඳුන්වා දෙනවා. අපි මේ තරග ආරම්භ කිරීමේදී දැක්කා පාපදි තරගයක්, ඒ වගේම ත්‍රිරෝධ රට තරගයක් ආරම්භ කරමින් නැත්නම් හඳුන්වා දෙමින් මේ මෙවර 2012 කොළඹ නයිට් රේසස් තරගාවලිය සඳහා නව ජීවයක් එක් කරනවා. මේ තවත් එක් සුවිශේෂී හඳුන්වා දීමක් වෙන හැටියට සලකන්නට පුළුවන්. Toyota Itios වර්ගයේ මෝටර රථ හඳුන්වා දෙමින් ඒ හා සමාන වූ තරගයක් සංවිධානය තරගකරුවන් 10 දෙනෙක් මෙලෙස සහභාගී වුණා. ශ්‍රී ලංකාව නියෝජනය කරමින් රවි මායාදුන සහ දිනේෂ් සේනානායක තරග වුණා. නමුත් අපි දැක්කා දිනේෂ් සේනානායකට අවසානයේ ප්‍රතිපද වෙමින් තරගයෙන් ඉවත් වන්නට සිදු වෙනවා. තවදුරටත් තමන්ගේ ආධිපත්‍ය මේ තරග වටේ පවත්වාගෙන යනවා. මේ ක්‍රියාත්මක කරන්නේ වට 8කින් යුතු තරගයේ 7 වන වටයයි. අකිල පැහැදිලි ලෙස ජයග්‍රහණය කිරීමේ සීමාව කරා යන විදිහ තිබෙනවා.
Well, yes, he is very clear. And also, well, this is a great event in Sri Lanka, and this Etios seems to be a decent car, and you can see it's picking up speed very nicely. The control has been very good, so definitely I think it's a yes, and it's very much suitable for Sri Lankan conditions.
ඒකම ඔබ කිව්ව ආකාරයටම දැන් මේ තරගය සමහරට 2012 තරග වටේ සඳහා 2011 දී අපි දැක්කා තරග ඉසව් 22කට ආසන්න ප්‍රමාණයක් පැවැත්වෙනවා. නමුත් මෙවර තරග ඉසව් 13කට සීමා කරන්න සංවිධායකයන් තියෙන මේ තරගාවලිය උණුසුම් එකක් වන්නට දෙන සහභාගීත්වය වගේම තරගකාරීත්වය වර්ධනය කරන්න කිව්වොත් මම හිතන්නේ නිවැරදි. අපි දකිනවා ඔහු මූලික වශයෙන් නැත්නම් මේ තරග ඉසව්වකට අවම වශයෙන් මොඩ රථ 10ක්වත් සහභාගී යුතුය යන්න ඔවුන් මේ තරග විනිශ්චය නැත්නම් මූලික දැනුම් දීමේදී ප්‍රකාශ කර සිටියා. සහභාගීත්වය වගේම තරගකාරීත්වය වර්ධනය කිරීම තුළින් මේ කොළඹ නයිට් රේසස් තරගාවලිය ජාත්‍යන්තර ගෙන යාමේ හැකියාවක් තිබෙනවා ක්‍රිකට් විශේෂයෙන්ම ශ්‍රී ලංකාව දෙස බලනකොට.
Well, yes, true. I completely agree with you. It's already in the global light, and a lot of people have taken, because you can see, well, the print media is here, the international print media is here, and also a lot of people from around the world, they are watching this live coverage too. So it has
just drawn the attention that is like which is needed. But I'm sure next year there'll be more to come.
සාමාන්‍යයෙන් ඕනෑම තරඟ ඉසව්වක් තරඟාවලියක් සංවිධානය කිරීමේදී භාවිතා වන ක්‍රමවේදය තමයි වසරින් වසර නව අංග එකතු ඉදිරිපත් කරමින් මේ තරඟාවලියක තීව්‍ර බව උද්‍යෝගයේ උනන්දුව ඇති කර ගන්නට හැකියාවක් ලබා දීම. තවදුරටත් අකිල් රවින්ද්‍රයි ඉදිරියෙන් ගමන් කරන මේ අවසන් තරඟ වටය ටොයෝටා ඉටියෝස් ඡන්දේ තරඟය අපි දකිනවා මේ වන විට දෙවන ස්ථානය ලබාගෙන ඒ වගේම මිෂාම් ඉටෝල් තුන්වන ස්ථානයේ රැඳී සිටින්නේ. මේ අවසන් වටයයි ක්‍රියාත්මක වන්නේ ටොයෝටා ඉටියෝස් හඳුන්වා දීමේ තරඟ ඉසුවක් ලෙස කොළඹ නයිට් වර්සස් 2012 තරඟාවලියට එක්වෙමින් මේ දකින්නේ CSN ක්‍රීඩා නාලිකාවේ අපේ සහෝදර කැමරා ශිල්පීන් ඔබ වෙත ගෙන දසුන් කිසිදු අඩුපාඩුවක් නොකොට මම හිතන්නේ නිවසේ සිට මේ නරඹන සියලුම දෙනාට ත්‍රාසය, භීතිය, කුතුහලය, ඒ වගේ වේගය පිළිබඳ මේ තරඟාවලියේ තිබෙන වේගය පිළිබඳව අවබෝධයක් ලබා දෙමින් මේ රූපරාමු සජීවීව ඔබ වෙත ගෙනෙනවා. ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ සතර දික් භාගයටම මේ දර්ශන ගෙනෙමින් CSN ක්‍රීඩා නාලිකාව කොළඹ නයිට් රේසර් තව ජීවයක් ලබා දෙනවා කිව්වොත් මම හිතන්නේ නිවැරදි ක්ලිපර්.
Well, 31 cameras and more than 200 men. So it's 200 crewmen. So it is one of the biggest events, and it's not easy to cover this. So therefore, we have used all the possible strength that we could use to bring you these live images, and I'm sure you must be enjoying it from home because every single angle has been covered. From the race starting point till you finish, every corner is covered. So there you go. Look at that beautiful pictures. And that is from top, and it's almost like and you can see the entire race, and gorgeous, and Colombo is also looking really good, and this is something good, and this will create the carnival atmosphere, and that is a good scene as we are nearing Christmas. Mahin?
Definitely, the checker flag being shown by Amindin. Well, we'll try to give the finishing order. Pity that Dinesh Sananak, I'm sure he would have been, I don't know, maybe not a podium finish, but maybe within the first 5. Let's see whether we could see some slow motion visuals later on. And like mentioned, who's that? Who's going down?
තරගයේ නිමාව සටහන් කරමින් අකිල් රවීන්ද්‍ර ජයග්‍රහණය ලබා ගන්නවා. ටොයෝටා ඉටියෝස් වර්ගයේ හඳුන්වා දීමේ ඉසව්වේ ජය ඔහු සතු කරගත්තී. කීප්ති ඩිසෝසා දෙවන ස්ථානයත් ඒ වගේම මිෂාම් ඉටෝල් තුන්වන ස්ථානයටත් පත්ව සිටිනවා. විශේෂයෙන්ම මම දැන් මෙවැනි තරඟ ඉසව් හඳුන්වා දීම තුළින් බලාපොරොත්තු වන ප්‍රතිඵලය ලැබෙයි කියලා ඔබ විශ්වාස කරනවද?
Oh, definitely. I think the Colombo Night Racers, I mean, a big mega event, like everyone says. I mean, it's helped the image of this country, tourism, a lot of foreigners that are watching this race. I'm sure that this is going to get plus recorded and shown all over. I wonder whether it will get shown in the Asian circuit. Some of these races need to be shown to make Sri Lanka popular.
ඒකම මේ ඔබ දකින්නේ දිනේෂ් සේනානායකගේ මෝටර රථය ඉතාමත් අවසනාවන්ත සිදුවීමක්. මහින් ඔහුගේ හොඳින් ධාවනයට පිවිසුවා. අපි සොයාගන්නට උත්සාහ කරා ඔහුගේ දර්ශන. නමුත් අවසනාවන්ත දර්ශනයක් සමගින් තමයි අපිට හැකියාව ලැබුණේ මේ තරග ඉසව්වේ ඔහු දැක බලා ගන්නට. අපිට හැකියාව තිබෙනවා ටොයෝටා ඉටියෝස් තරගයේ මේ ඔබ දකින්නේ දිනේෂ් සේනානායක තරගෙන් ඉවත් වන දර්ශන.
Yes, I think just coming out of that was the Galadari roundabout. He was going towards the end of goal face. He just clips that sandbag, just clipping it, and the car just flips over. Bad luck to Dinesh.
මේ ටොයෝටා ඉටියෝස් තරගයේ සුවිශේෂ අවස්ථා. ඒකම තවත් තරග ඉසව් කීපයක් තිබෙනවා කොළඹ නයිට් රේසර්ස් 2012 නිමා වන්නට. අප තවදුරටත් ඉලා සිටිනවා CSN ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ ප්‍රමුඛතම ක්‍රීඩා නාලිකාව සමග රැඳී සිටින්න. කොළඹ නයිට් රේසර්ස් 2012 තරගාවලියේ තවත් සුවිශේෂී තරග ඉසව් දැක බලා ගැනීමේ අවස්ථාව තිබෙනවා. ඒකම ද්‍රවිඩ වශයෙන් මේ පිළිබඳව සමාලෝචනයක් කිරීමටයි දැන් මේ අවස්ථාව.
நன்றி கிஷான். மற்றொரு போட்டி, சிறப்பான போட்டி முடிவுக்கு வந்திருக்கிறது. இது 8வது போட்டி என்பது குறிப்பிடத்தக்கது. மோட்டார் வாகன போட்டியானது SL GT 3500 cc என்ற வர்க்கையான போட்டிகள். இந்தியாவை பொறுத்தமட்டிலே இந்திய தயாரிப்புகள் தான் இந்த போட்டியிலே கலந்து கொண்டிருக்கிறது. இந்திய தயாரிப்புகளில் டொயோட்டா வண்டிகள் மிகவும் பிரசித்தி பெற்றவை என்று சொல்லலாம். அந்த வகையிலே இந்த போட்டியிலே புதுமையான ஒரு இந்த 2012ஆம் ஆண்டு நடைபெற்றுக் கொண்டிருக்கின்ற கொழும்பு நைட் ரேஸ் போட்டியிலே புதுமையாக இம்முறை இந்த போட்டியிலே இந்த கார்கள் களமிறக்கப்பட்டிருக்கிறது என்று சொல்ல வேண்டும். அந்த வகையிலே இந்த போட்டியிலே 10 போட்டியாளர்கள் கலந்து கொண்டார்கள். அதே போன்று எங்களுடைய CSN தொலைக்காட்சியை பொறுத்த மட்டிலே 31 கேமராக்கள் இங்கு விசேடமாக ஒளிப்பதிவு செய்யப்பட்டுக் கொண்டிருக்கிறது. 200க்கு அதிகமான உத்தியோகஸ்தர்கள் கடமையாற்றிக் கொண்டிருப்பதை நாங்கள் அவதானிக்கக்கூடியதாக இருக்கிறது. மிக 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 விறுவிறுப்பாக நடைபெற்ற இந்த போட்டியில் நாங்கள் இப்பொழுது பார்க்கலாம். மிக சிறப்பாக 61ஆம் இலக்கத்தை கொண்ட அகில ரவீந்திர அவருடைய அந்த வண்டி வருவதை காணலாம். அவர்தான் இந்த போட்டியிலே முதலாம் இடத்தை பெற்றிருக்கிறார். ईशान
අපිට නිල ප්‍රතිඵල ලැබී සිටිනවා. අපි සඳහන් කර ආකාරයේ යම් කිසි ආකාරයක වෙනසක් තිබී තිබෙනවා. ක්ලිෆර්ඩ් අවසන් තරඟ ප්‍රතිඵලය ජයග්‍රාහකයා අකිල් රවීන්ද්‍ර බවට පත් සිටි දෙවන ස්ථානය හිමි කර තිබෙනවා. අංක 64 තරඟ වැදුණු ජෝන් බිනි ඒ වගේම තුන්වන ස්ථානයට පිවිස තිබෙනවා. අංක 66 තරඟ වැදුණු අනීස් මීසාන්. මේ තමයි නිල ප්‍රතිඵලය අපිට ලැබෙන තරඟ සංවිධායකයින්ගේ. ප්‍රථම ස්ථානය ලබාගත් අකිල් රවීන්ද්‍ර ඒ වගේම දෙවන ස්ථානය ජෝන් බිනි සතු කරගනිද්දී තුන්වන ස්ථානයට අනීස් මීසාන් පත්ව තිබෙනවා. ඒ අවසන් වූයේ ටොයෝටා ඉටියෝස් දාවන තරඟේ මෝටර දාවන තරඟයයි. තවත් තරඟ රාශියක් තිබෙනවා. season ක්‍රීඩා නාලිකාව ඔස්සේ ගෙනෙන්නට Colombo Night Races 2012.
Well, with this being said, we are going in for a 30 minutes break. We got a road opening, and soon after that there is stunt car display in front of WTC, and after that there are 6 more events to go. All 6 events are going to be exciting games. So hope you've been enjoying, and also it's not only exciting, but it's a different atmosphere. It's a wonderful atmosphere. I'm sure if you're staying at home, if you're watching out on TV, still you must be enjoying it. Even though people who are around here, they are all partying. I really don't know whether they're watching the race. They are partying.
අපේ දෙවිල වශයෙන්ුත් මේ පිළිබඳව සමාලෝචන කරමු.
ஆமாம், இந்த போட்டி தொடர் நிறைவுக்கு வர இருக்கிறது. இன்னும் ஏராளமான போட்டிகள் இங்கு இடம்பெற காத்திருக்கிறது. ஆகவே CSN தொலைக்காட்சியோடு இணைந்திருங்கள். இந்த போட்டி விடியற்காலை வரை இடம்பெற இருக்கிறது. உண்மையில் ஏராளமான ரசிகர்கள் இம்முறை இந்த போட்டியை காண்பதற்காக இலங்கையில் ஏராளமான இடங்களில் இருந்து வந்திருப்பதை அவதானிக்கலாம். இப்பொழுது இந்த போட்டியை பொறுத்தமட்டிலே மிக 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 விறுவிறுப்பாக நடைபெற்றது. இந்திய தயாரிப்புகள் பொதுவாக டொயோட்டா வாகனங்களை பொறுத்தமட்டிலே இந்தியாவிலிருந்து தெரிவிக்கப்பட்டிருக்கிறது. அதே போன்று இந்த போட்டியை பொறுத்தமட்டிலே புதிய வாகனங்கள் இறக்குமதி செய்யப்பட்டு போட்டியிலே களமிறக்கப்பட்டிருக்கிறது. பொதுவாக கொழும்பை பொறுத்தமட்டிலே கொழும்பிலே இருக்கின்ற அத்தனை ரசிகர்கள் மாத்திரமல்லாது ஏராளமானவர்கள் கலந்து கொண்டிருப்பதை நாங்கள் அவதானிக்கக்கூடியதாக இருக்கிறது. வெளிநாட்டில் இருந்து உல்லாச பயணிகளும் வருகை தந்திருப்பதையும் அவதானிக்கலாம். இவ்வாறான ஒரு சிறப்பான போட்டியை முதல் முறையாகவும் அதே போன்று இரண்டாவது முறையாகவும் மிக சிறப்பாக CSN தொலைக்காட்சி உங்களுக்காக இல்ல தொலைக்காட்சிக்காக கொண்டு வந்து கொண்டிருக்கிறது. முதன் முறையாக வரலாற்று சிறப்புமிக்க இந்த போட்டியானது காண்பதற்காக இன்று காலை வேளையிலிருந்து கொழும்பை நோக்கி வந்த வண்ணம் ஏராளமான ரசிகர்கள் இருந்ததாக நாங்கள் அவதானிக்கக்கூடியதாக இருந்தது. 8 போட்டிகள் ஒன்றின் பின் ஒன்றாக நடைபெற்றிருந்தது. இது 8வது போட்டி முடிவுக்கு வந்திருக்கிறது. 9வது போட்டியும் நடைபெற இருக்கிறது என்பது குறிப்பிடத்தக்கது. பொதுவாக இந்தியாவை பொறுத்தமட்டிலே இந்தியாவிலிருந்து ஏராளமான நடிகர்களும் வருகை தந்திருந்தார்கள் என்று சொல்லலாம். அதே போன்று ஹிந்தியிலே சமீரா ரெட்டி பிரபலமான ஒரு நடிகை இன்று சிறப்பான முறையில் அவர் கலந்திருந்ததை நாங்கள் அவதானிக்கக்கூடியதாக இருந்தது. அது மாத்திரமல்லாது இலங்கையில் இருக்கின்ற அரசியல் தலைவர்கள் அதே போன்ற ஏராளமான விளையாட்டு ரசிகர்களும் இங்கு வருகை தந்திருந்தார்கள். ஆகவே இந்த போட்டியானது உங்கள் இல்ல தொலைக்காட்சிக்காக நாங்கள் வந்து கொண்டு சென்று கொண்டோம் என்பதை இந்த வேளையிலே தெரிவித்துக் கொண்டு மீண்டும் இணைந்து கொள்ள இருக்கின்றோம் எங்கள் அன்புக்குரிய கில்ஃபோர்ட்.
நன்றி கேரிசன். Yes, it's been exciting. It's all been happening. Well, we are going to the paddock to see what's going to happen next, because next race, the race coming up is SLGT, and that's going to be one of the top events here. So Charuni is down there. Let's go and say hi to Charuni.
Colombo Night Races තවත් ස්පෙෂල් ඉවෙන්ට් එකක් මේ වෙලාවේ ආරම්භ කරන්නයි සූදානම් වෙලා තියෙන්නේ. ඉතින් මේ ඉවෙන්ට් එක ගැන කිව්වොත් මේ සුපර් කාර්ස් ඉවෙන්ට් එක මේ තරඟාවලිය සඳහා තවත් බොහෝ තරඟකරුවන් පිරිසක් සහභාගී වෙන්න නියමිතව ඉන්නවා. ඔබ දකින්න ඇති මේ වෙනකොට මොවුන් සූදානම්ෙන් ඉන්නවා. තමන්ගේ මේ තරඟය සඳහා දක්ෂතා දක්වන්නට ඒ වගේම තමයි මේ වැඩි පිරිසක් මේ තරඟාවලිය සඳහා මේ තරඟය සඳහා ඉදිරිපත් වෙන අවස්ථාව විදිහට අපිට මේක හඳුන්වන්නත් පුළුවන්. කොහොම නමුත් මේ තරඟකරුවන් අතරින් අපි බලමු කවුද අද දවසේදී මේ ඉවෙන්ට් එකෙන් මේ තරඟයෙන් ජයග්‍රහණය ලබන්නේ කියලා. ඉතින් එකතු වෙන්න කියලා ආරාධනා කරනවා කොළඹ නයිට් රේසස් සමගින් සීසන් නාලිකාවත් එක්ක අපි සූදානම් වෙන්නේ ප්‍රධාන පාලක මැදිරියත් එක්ක එකතු වෙන්න.